Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we're joined by the celebrity chef, television personality who's appeared on top US TV shows, Top Chef, and she was also a co-host on The Chew. It's the fabulous Carla Hall. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. It's so good to be here.
We're so excited to have you. And I saw you're here. Is it here for Expo or you were just out enjoying Expo because you're here?
No, I'm here specifically for Expo, specifically for Al Kibalan, the African Dining Hall. And then, of course, I have to go to the American Pavilion. But that was the inspiration for my trip.
And what was Expo like for you, just walking in for the first time? Did you have any idea about what Expo was before you landed in?
Yeah, this is my third Expo.
Amazing.
Yes,
Interesting.
82 was my first one. I went to Milan, and then this one.
Wow.
So I know what to expect. And it was more of a culture shock coming to Dubai. It's my first trip to Dubai.
Okay.
And I came from Turkey, so I came from the old to the new.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, I saw and congratulations, happy birthday, 50 years, Dubai.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we'll all accept congrats for that.
I'm older than Dubai.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You look a lot younger.
Thank you. So the Expo, it was incredible. The colors, the textures, the people, everything is so clean. I mean, seriously, everything is so clean.
Interesting observation.
I mean, coming from the States, what does that say about me? No, but everybody's cleaning like the most random things, like the stanchions, everything. Everybody's cleaning.
But it's all COVID precaution, so I'm sure it's amped up because of that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, not good. This is a good thing.
It is a good thing. Of course, it's a great thing. I have parents who come in with kids and toddlers who are traveling in, and they're like, everything, like, the baby seats, they're so like looked after and perfect. I was like, well, we're so used to that here, though. Are we very spoiled?
You're spoiled.
We're probably a bit spoiled.
I know. I love it. I'm going to go home and say, why is this dirty? Carla, you're walking on the sidewalk. Yeah, but they were cleaning the sidewalks in Dubai.
Yeah, it's on a whole other level here. So in Expo, what are you doing? And are you visiting any other pavilions?
I have visited a number of pavilions, but I spent my first day going over my recipes at a Kulan. And because I'm doing soul food in the African Food Hall, and I'm a guest of Alexander Smalls. Okay. And it has been incredible to work through my recipes because the ingredients are different.
Okay.
So one of my favorite ingredients to work with is yellow mustard, American French's yellow mustard. Mm-hmm. It's tangy, it's vinegary, and all of this, but you can't get it here. Oh. So they swapped out Coleman's.
Yeah.
So the British, English mustard, which is spicy and bitter. So you have tangy, garlicky with spicy and bitter.
Did you know this before you travel? Usually you can usually get everything here. I bet you there's going to be someone watching the show and they'll know this tiny little store where you can get French's.
We found it, but it's not called French's. It's something else, but it's yellow mustard. But they found it, but I had to make yellow mustard. But as a chef, that's exciting to tweak your ingredients because I never want to insist on bringing myself and my background. I want to work with what's there. So that's been really, really amazing. Black eyed pea salad that I'm making with greens and hot water cornbread, which is so.
I don't even know what that is.
You take cornmeal and then hot water, and then you make a paste, and then or like a dough, and then you fry it. But every African country has something like that. Mm-hmm. Fufu, kenke, cassava, pounded yam, pounded cassava, pounded corn with water.
And it's all comfort food.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's make sure everyone knows a little bit about you.
Okay.
So this is Carla Hall. We introduced you as a celebrity chef. Would you call yourself a celebrity chef?
No. I don't call myself a celebrity chef.
How would you introduce yourself?
I mean, I would call myself a Southern chef, passionate about food and cooking with love and connecting with people through the stories that food tell.
Much better than we did it. Fantastic. I mean, she's a pro. And tell us, how are you still on your cooking journey? So has it been a whole life training for you? And do you still think that you're still training?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if I stop learning, I'm out of the game. I'm done. I'm out of this. I just finished filming a show that is about taking quintessential American dishes or American favorites and tracing them back to their roots. So going from America to other countries. And so that was a learning process for me. It was humbling. It was emotional at times. It's also understanding how people connect through our stories and our food, and why one country likes and does something versus another country, and really seeing those dishes and also seeing the connection. So it's always learning and how people do things. So I'm always learning. But I think also I want to understand my food and my Southern roots and how they connect, which is why I wanted to come to the Expo and the African Dining Hall to see how the diaspora of my food started. And that's what I'm seeing,
100%.
you know, at Al Kibalon.
And you said the show that you did was a humbling experience. What in particular was humbling? When
I was making ice cream, let's take ice cream for instance.
I'm literally hungry, by the way.
I know, right?
This conversation is making me hungry.
So the simplest ice cream that I used to make when I was a kid was snow cream. It was simply snow mixed with sweetened condensed milk. And you mix them and you have this ice cream. And so here I am. Also, my grandmother used to make this boiled custard, which was almost like a creme anglaise. And we would have it with her pound cake, which was one of my favorite things to have as a child, and we would have it for the holidays. Here I am, thousands of miles away, and now I'm in Florence. And this woman who has been making her sweet cream, her gelato, she does this base of this crema. And I was like, do you ever taste it? She's like, no, I taste it. She's like, no, I taste it when it's frozen. I said, well, can I taste it, you know, when it's still warm? I take a spoonful of this custard and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my grandmother's boiled custard. And I was like, holding this big bowl in there with the spoon, like tasted it almost in tears. And I was like, this food memory came rushing back just like that. For her, it is something that she always does. And I'm like, that connection, my grandmother, thousands of miles away, passed away, but we have that connection.
Amazing. So interesting about food memories and nostalgia and what we can remember from our childhoods. Do you have any kind of other great food memories?
One of my food memories is, oh my gosh, yes. So back to my grandmother. My grandmother made this iced tea that we never remembered how to make. Well, I don't know if we ever knew how to make the iced tea. But it was sweet, it was lemony, it was delicious. And I'm on a show with Paula Deen. Do you know Paula Deen with the gray hair? She does a lot of Southern food, cooks with the whole sticks of butter, really sweet, all of this. So she is making this tea, and this show is about lemon, and she's making this iced tea, and she has the sugar and the lemon, and she puts a little bit of almond extract. And I taste this tea, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my grandmother's tea. I was like, you're giving me such a memory. She's like, well, that's what I do. I give people their memories. And
that's amazing. And do you find that you're doing that with your food now? That's bringing people back to food they grew up with?
That's what I try to do. And even if it's not the food that they grew up with, there's a piece of it that connects them, because that memory connects us. And that's when I talk about I cook with love. That is the love. My intention is to connect with you. And I also call myself the psychic chef, because if I'm with you and I'm making a dish for you, and I don't know why I am drawn to make a particular thing, but it is specifically for you. And you will say, oh, this reminds me of something. And that's how we're connected in our minds. And I'm connected to make something for you because I feel that I should make this thing for you.
Wow. Let's explore that a little bit. Can you, for example, are you cooking with people, or at what point do you kind of make that connection that you know what the people need?
It's when I'm cooking with them, when I'm talking to them, and as a caterer, I would make menus. And for whatever reason, I would say, you know what? Instead of making this, I don't know, collard greens, I think I want to make creamed spinach. And then when let's say you're at the dinner and you're eating this creamed spinach, you're like, oh my gosh, my mother used to make this creamed spinach. I'm like, I don't know why I felt like changing this dish. But it was because we connected somehow energetically, and I made this dish for you. Making the hot water cornbread at the African Dining Hall, and I was asking one of the cooks, Melissa, I said, do you have something like this? When I say hot water cornbread, they don't get it. But then when they taste it, they're like, oh, I get this thing. You know,
because we just have different names for things.
Yes.
It's so. My mom was a chef, and we have so many great food memories growing up. So I just wonder what we would come up with if we cooked together, or if you cooked and I watched from the sideline.
Or even biscuits. So what I call a Southern biscuits, and I love making biscuits. You will call a scone.
Scones or scones?
Sorry,
there's quite a controversy over scones and scones.
I knew it wasn't scone. It's a scone.
What do you call them, Shauna? Scones. But yeah, I get you. Yeah, so biscuits, interesting. Yeah, we would. So biscuits are you get them in a packet, and you just like biscuits are you get them in a packet. You have them with your tea.
Right. Cookies. We call the cookies.
Well, no, cookies are the little. They have little chocolate bits in them, and they're a biscuit with chocolate bits specifically.
Okay.
And this is why you're doing what you're doing. You're connecting people so we understand food better.
I just want to tell you that the other day we were talking about the black eyed peas because I was making a black eyed pea dish, but the black eyed peas were here, the singing group, and we had a whole thing. And I feel like that whole thing is coming back to me right now.
Like
you're talking about cookies and biscuits and chips, and I'm like, what?
By chips, you mean crisps?
Oh no, I'm talking chocolate chips. Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I was talking.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. It's on third.
What came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't even know. Tell us about your rituals. We know you have specific rituals. There's a pulling ritual.
Oh yes. Well, have you done the like the olive oil pulling or the coconut oil pulling? Yes. So it's really good for you. Digestion. It pulls all of the impurities out of your mouth. It's 20 minutes. Swishing, you could call it too. When you first start to do it, you're probably going to want to feel like you're going to gag, you know, and they're really working these muscles. But all of that also helps your sinuses and clears it. So afterwards, your nose may run, but that's a good thing.
Where did you learn about this?
Oh, online. I was really trying to, you know, the Ayurvedic. Yes. So I went online and for some reason I went down this rabbit hole and learned about the pulling. But then I also learned how you should work your abdomen. So sometimes I would be pulling while doing the hula hoop.
Is this on a daily basis to work the abs, clean out impurities?
No, I love a good movement. I'm not going to talk about what a movement is, but you know, I just love that. You know, as you get older, do you talk about that too?
No, we got you though.
I'm older than Dubai, so these are the things that we talk about.
Well, these are the hints and tips that we need to look so amazing.
That's exactly right.
When we become older than Dubai.
That's right. That's right.
Do you have any other secret rituals?
Let's see, some of my secret rituals. I do, when I get up in the morning, I breathe out 3 times. I exhale 3 times. And in that exhalation, you're clearing your body. You know, you're also being centered. Don't wake up with the phone. Don't wake up with the phone. Breathe. Yes. Breathe.
But how do you not wake up with the phone? If we have, for example, if you have a job, for example, at 7 a.m., so you wake up at 5, how do you train yourself to get up without the phone?
Oh, I never wake up with the phone.
How did you get up this morning? Were you guys at the door?
No. I mean, waking up with an alarm is very different than waking up to grab your phone and to check your messages. No, so that's totally different. But but there are some people. You're asleep, you grab your phone, you're still looking to see what you missed, what happened. I have no fear of missing out, no FOMO. Maybe I'm arrogant that way. I don't know, but I feel like I can wake up in my own time, because if I wake up in my own time, and I'm a morning person, by the way, it's much better than to be like all in the news.
You are clearly doing something you are incredibly passionate about and connected to, which I think a lot of people get inspiration from. Do you have has cooking always been part of your career, or do you have any tips for people who are potentially not doing something that they are passionate in?
Cooking has not always been my career. I thought I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to do theater. I ended up majoring in accounting. So I did that, got the CPA exam, which is like a professional exam. And then I was like, you know what? I don't want to be 40 and hate my job. So then I left that and went to Paris to model, as one would do, because you're like, about face. And then
accounting, modeling.
Yeah, accounting, modeling. And then there I fell in love with food. And I've done that longer than anything in my life, since I've been alive. And I think for me, sometimes you don't know what you want to do, but it's about knowing what you don't want to do so you can get to what you want to do. And my motto is say yes, adventure follows, then growth. So say yes.
We're learning. So yes,
Yeah.
guys. Before you leave us, can we bust some food myths with you?
Yes.
Okay. Today on the Lovin Dubai show, we're going to bust some food myths with Carla Hall. Shall we begin?
Yes, let's begin.
Does chocolate cause acne?
No. It's the sugar that causes acne.
Okay.
Oh, but you could be eating something that your body doesn't like, and you like it, but your body doesn't like it, girl. Look at that.
Eating more protein will lead to bigger muscles.
Yes. I work out. I eat lots of protein. It's all about the protein.
Interesting. 8 glasses of water a day. Is that how much I should be taking in?
At least. I think there's a formula about how much you weigh versus how much you weigh and how many ounces of water you should drink. At least 8, but don't you? But you need more.
I have a water bottle, so I try and fill it 2 or 3 times a day.
Good for you.
Thank you. I try. Healthy food is bland.
No, that's not true. No, healthy food. No, I'm a firm believer in healthy should not be nasty. But usually people think healthy is synonymous with nasty. Myth.
You're going to have to cook us something healthy.
Yes.
Eating after a certain time makes you gain weight.
Oh, yes. Because you're all the sugars in your body and you're sleeping on that and they're just lying dormant and just working on your belly, girl. Working on your belly.
So that's why we're doing hula hooping in the morning. So what time, we'll do it together. What time are you stopping eating at?
So I go to bed around 10:30, 11. I would stop eating by 7. Yeah. That's where intermittent fasting came from. Yeah.
So then do you wait in the morning as well? Or
I don't really do intermittent fasting. I'm eating my oatmeal by like 6:30, workout, and then a second breakfast, and then I have a little brunch. 6 smaller meals. Ideally, I would have 5 small meals throughout the day. Ideally. I'm not doing that now. I'm traveling.
Gluten-free is healthier for you?
No. It's full of sugar. I mean, if you have to be gluten-free, okay. Have you looked at the package of a gluten-free thing? Myth. No. Don't Sorry, go ahead.
Breakfast is the healthiest meal of the day.
I think so. But not if you're eating like croissants and muffins and things like that. It is good to start your day with like a really good meal. Protein. Most people don't have enough protein in the morning.
What's a good protein breakfast?
For me, my protein breakfast, well, I have the protein oatmeal, but then I'll have tilapia, and I'll also have egg whites, and then I'll have sweet potato and zucchini. It doesn't sound like a great breakfast. It doesn't sound like a breakfast food, but I have that protein with the tilapia and the egg whites.
All good food. All fats are bad for you?
That is absolutely a myth. Yeah, good fats.
Fresh veggies are more nutritious.
I would think that the people who freeze vegetables right when they are processed would disagree because you can lock in the nutrients in frozen vegetables. Not a can. I don't want to dam up the can industry, but you know.
You didn't, but we know.
Okay.
Guys, that is it. Carla Hall, thank you so much for joining us on the Lovin Dubai show.
Thank you so much.
Not at all. And if people want to find you, where can they find you?
On Instagram, I'm Carla P. Hall. On Twitter, I'm Chef Carla Hall, but don't tweet me. I'm not going to get it. And then on, what's the other one? Facebook, Chef Carla Hall.
TikTok?
I'm not TikToking. I'm not TikToking.
Snapping?
I'm not talking. No.
Pinterest?
I'm on Pinterest. Oh my God, I love Pinterest. You love Pinterest. We have to come back and talk about Pinterest. I love crafts.
I'll follow you. Sometimes I dip in and I dip out.
Okay, yeah, me too.
When I'm looking for plants or something.
Oh yes, right.
And if they want to meet you at Expo, is that possible?
Oh, Expo. Come see me at Expo. So I'm going to be at the American Pavilion on Friday, the 28th. From 3 to 5. Also, I'm going to be hanging out at Al Kibalon. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be making biscuits. Oh, come make biscuits with me. Oh my God, you have to, like, scones.
Oh.
American biscuits.
Interesting. I'd love to see an American biscuit. Because,
yes.
Because we have very specific scones. So it'd be interesting to see the difference. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
We're going to make biscuits at Expo on Saturday. Join us, guys.